Forget the Constitution. Our government just found a better way to catch criminals. Get the evidence first and worry about where it came from later. According to a Reuters report this week, the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, routinely gets top secret tips from the NSA and other intelligence agencies without a warrant from a judge. Then it cooks up a new backstory to cover up its source. Fox News analyst and my good friend Peter Johnson Jr. is here to discuss.
And you are my good friend. And this is everything that you've been saying for years and that you've written about. It's coming true. This is the shredding of the Fourth Amendment, Judge. What the DEA is saying, we've gotten tips from the NSA,
right,
the National Security Agency, based on really illegal taps and surveillance. And we said, well, we're giving it to them. They use that, but don't say where they got the information from, and allegedly go get Americans or bad guys. So they get a tip. They don't say where it came from. They use a ruse or a trick to say, oh, yeah, we just happen to know that these folks were going to be here. They lock the people up, put them in jail, and it's all coming from NSA surveillance.
So the NSA illegally spying on innocent Americans, if it hears something it thinks...
Or sometimes criminal Americans.
Sometimes criminal Americans,
yes,
but not necessarily terrorists. It's giving this information to law enforcement, and law enforcement is telling defense counsel where they got, hiding it or lying about it.
They're hiding and lying about it, according to Reuters. And there's something called the Special Operations Division. This is a collection of 24 federal agencies, including the IRS, the NSA, the Department of Homeland Security. They provide information to local, county, and state law enforcement, but they say you can't say where you got it from.
Here's the defense from a former Justice Department official on with Brett Baer last night. I want you to listen to the comment on it.
This is a fairly common law enforcement technique that enables us to bring drug kingpins and other violent criminals to justice, but in a way that doesn't compromise our sources or our methods of intelligence gathering.
But it does compromise the Constitution.
If that's a common practice, then we're going to be releasing half the people in federal prisons on drug crimes and other crimes in this country. You tell me, Judge Napolitano, is that legal or constitutional to lie about the source of information, to say it's one thing when it's something else?
Most judges would throw out the prosecution, and then the bad guy goes free because the government has lied.
They're calling it parallel construction, as if it's a real legal concept. There is no such thing. You know what it's called? Test-a-lying instead of testifying.
Peter Johnson Jr., always a pleasure.
Good to see you, Judge.
Us.